Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say Kahal Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah, Kodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the brothers out there doing the work. In the name of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, in truth and in sincerity. And to the sincere brothers and sisters out there that believe on Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. So I just want to do this quick lesson. I thought Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai could allow me to do this lesson also. I just wanted to do this quick lesson, man. Yeah, these last days, man, people are just becoming more and more wicked, more and more evil. The nature of, people it's just waxing worse, man, you know. And, you can see this woman, look at this woman's face, man. You can see the demons in her, man. All right. She's got demons on her, man. So this is the Independent. It says, woman accused of throwing kids in lake back in Louisiana. So, as a nation of people, man, we're under heavy curses. All right, heavy, heavy, heavy curses, and they haven't gone away, despite what you might believe. Just because you see a couple of celebrities out there, making a bag or two. As a nation of people, man, we're under these curses, and we will remain under the curses until Yahushua comes back, man. All right. So let's get into this, and obviously, the scriptures will come out. So says a woman accused of throwing two of her children into a Louisiana lake has been extradited from Texas and arrested on charges of second-degree murder and attempted second-degree murder. All right. A woman accused of throwing two of her children into a Louisiana lake has been extradited from Texas to Louisiana, where she faces a murder charge that could send her to jail for life. Eureka Black, 32, of Shreveport, is accused of throwing her 5-year-old and 8-month-old sons into Cross Lake on Friday. The baby died. Says Black was arrested Friday at a truck stop in Wascom, Texas. She was extradited over the weekend and booked into the Shreveport City Jail on Sunday on charges of second-degree murder and attempted second-degree murder. If convicted on the murder charge, she would face a mandatory life sentence. So, there's not, I'm not going to read all of this because not all of it's really for edification. So it says her records include numerous notations about orders to attend counseling, anger management, and parenting classes, but she either ignored the orders or quit after 1 or 2 classes, the station said. The longest sentence was 5 years after she pleaded guilty in September 2010 to arson and was found to have violated probation 2 years later in connection with other arrests. Police said she had her daughter, then 2 years old, with her when she broke into her ex-boyfriend's home and set fire to the floor. So this woman's just inherently wicked, man. She's just inherently wicked. Her most recent arrest in April 2016 was on charges of prostitution and human trafficking. Right? Now, I don't know about that one. Just going to say that real quick, Where was I? So, yeah, it says, Black pleaded guilty in May 2017 in Caddo Parish to a reduced charge of pandering, testifying when she was sentenced that she had encouraged a 17-year-old girl to enter prostitution. And the scriptures tell you, man, you're not supposed to make a harlot of the daughters of Israel, man. You're not supposed to make whores of the daughters of Israel, man. She was sentenced to 2 years in prison and given credit for time served. So this woman is just like, she's just gone, man. I'm going to read this last piece here. So it says, after the arson plea, Black's probation officer asked the court to set a curfew for her order. So for her and order her to attend anger management and parenting classes. KTBS reported the probation officer said Black told him she wasn't looking for a job because she couldn't get rides. However, the probation officer said she had asked about getting rides to clubs and friends' houses. So she just don't want to do that, man. She's just a lazy, violent, wicked harlot, man. Right? A sluggard, man. A wicked harlot sluggard, man. But, as much as we go into these heathens of our nation, man, they're under curses, man. It's not to excuse the wicked acts, but that's the fact of the matter. All right? That is some wickedness, your own children, man. And the scriptures talk about that. And growing up, I saw a lot of that, man. Not just growing up, I don't mean personally, but just growing up and being around, other Jakes, and you see how these so-called black women, these Israelite women, the Judah Benjamin women, they treat the way they treat their children, man, especially their sons, man. All right. They don't talk to them properly. They drag them around. And not all of them, but the ones I'm talking about in particular. That's how they behave, man. They resent their children, man. So let me read Deuteronomy, man, just to get, to a point out. So Deuteronomy 28 says, but it shall come to pass, this is 28:15, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So that's what's happened, right? All right, as a nation of people, a whole nation of people are under curses, man. Just like a whole nation of people are under a blessing of the earth, man. It's the Edomites, all right? But Jacob, the Israelites, man, they're under curses right now, man, because we are the Lord's people and we've gone against his will, man. We've broken all the laws, man. We still break them now, man. None of us are perfect, all right? None of us are perfect. So like it's, I'm just jumping down. Where is it? Right here. Verse 56 says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, because our women back in the day were modestly dressed, humble, and obedient, man. All right? But that's the total opposite of all that now. It says, her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear. I'm not going to read the rest of it because that's pertaining to, the siege of Jerusalem, man. But that's going to happen, man. That's actually going to happen in Jacob's trouble, man. In the bad times to come, man. These women are going to be doing all sorts of madness, man. And people in general, I should say. There was something else I wanted to read in here real quickly. Pardon me, so okay, hold on. Oh. Right, that's the one. It's just quicker to find it like that. It's Deuteronomy 28:46 says, no, 45 says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Right? Forever meaning until Yahushua comes back, man. So the Lord is telling you, like, the Lord, and this also helps you to understand how we know who we are. Right? These signs, all these curses that are in Deuteronomy pertain to so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right, Seminole Indians, and the Israelites. It says, because thou servest not the Lord Yahweh thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. All right. And right now as well in Texas, speaking of Texas, they made a new law banning abortion in the state of Texas, man. And these women, right, are out there basically, I've done a few videos about this because it's just one of them. I don't want to say pet hate because it makes it sound trivial, but I absolutely abhor these pro-abortionists, man. And they're out there fighting for they call it their rights, their human rights. Why is it a human right to take an unborn baby's life? Instead of being whores and harlots, man, it's about time they stopped behaving like that and closed their legs. Pure wickedness, man. Talking about it's racist and it's against, it's transphobic and all this madness that they're talking about, man. They're just pure. These women are just pure wicked, man. And they're getting worse and worse. Because this devil's decided that he wants to give them all these rights, man. They're talking too much, man. This is a quick one here. Psalms 127:3 says, lo, children are an heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward, man. So you have no business, taking the lives of these children, man. All right? The Lord controls life and death. All right? He's the creator, man. And as it says here, children are a heritage, man. But these women don't understand that. They're a burden to these women, man. Instead of self-control, they decide to just do what they want, and then when they do what they want an easy way out. I'm just going to get one more scripture, man. This one's going to be a long one. And this just talks about, this is going into how, how we were and to how we are now, man. Lamentations 4:1 says, how is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. And that fine gold is Israel, man. We become dim because when we're at the bottom, man, we're under these curses, man. Esau reigns over us, man, and we're unrighteous as a people. It says, the precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers? That's how the world looks at the sons of Israel, man. These so-called black women, these Israelite women, they believe that they're the most oppressed people on the earth, man. But that's not true. The Israelite man is, man. All right. The Israelite man is, because he's not even respected by his own women. The Israelite woman respects the Edomite man more than she respects the Israelite man. It says, verse 3 says, even the sea monsters draw out the breast, they give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness, man. See that? And that's the truth, man. You know, women have become absolutely cruel and wicked, man. You know, and there'll be women out there trying to defend this woman. You know, here is it. She tried to murder her children, man, and she succeeded with murdering one of them anyway. You know, she's out there trying to prostitute young girls, committing arson with a 2-year-old daughter in tow. You can't make this shit up, man. All right, pure, utter wickedness, man. So, like, I'm trying to find something here. That's not what I'm looking for. Slacker. One more. I'm trying to find one more. Alright, that's it. That's the one. Ecclesiastes 7:25 says, I applied mine heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. Right, this is King Solomon, man. Right? So when it says I applied my heart, he says I applied my heart, meaning his mind, to know, you know, to have that understanding. All right, because we've been given the understanding of wickedness, man. We understand wickedness, so that's how we understand what righteousness is, man. All right, because we know both sides, man. We've been wicked, and now we try our best to be as righteous as we can be. Verse 26 says, and I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Yeah, she's a trap, man. She's nothing but a trap, man. She's just, you get involved in women these days, man, you're asking for a whole heap of trouble. That's why, you know, brothers out there who don't have a woman, man, in these times, you probably the Lord has probably done that to help you out, to do you a favor, man, to protect you from the wicked snares of these women, take you away from this truth, you know, and cause your soul to be cause you to be destroyed, man, on this side of things, instead of being able to get that salvation, man. They'll take you away from this truth. It says, who pleaseth Yahweh whoso pleaseth Yahweh shall escape from her. You see, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Behold, this I have found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not one. But I find not one man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. Right, basically there's no real there's no virtuous women out there, man. All right, and they're just getting worse and worse. They're getting pumped up by these egos that they've been given, man. You know, that they're equal to us and all the rest of it. You know, they're brutish. You know, they're brutes, man. You know, they're wicked. And that's all I got on that, really. So, yeah, man. What can you say about that, man? And you're going to see more and more increase in these wicked women, man. Alright, see all this social media and all this social media stuff and internet business, man. It's giving them a platform to be even more wicked. All they do is show their you know, their parts off, their breasts and their bottoms and all of that on the internet, talking a whole heap of shit. You know, no substance, man. Well, they're good for one thing, alright? So anyway, that's all I got on that, man. So to the next one, all women's edifying. And I'll say shalom.